my god, that's what YouTube I need.
Hey yo, what is up guys, it's your boy JpBeastYT back at it again with another fresh YouTube video. And in today's YouTube video, I'm going to teach you how to make this character split kind of effect. Credits go to Shurikanai. He kind of made this effect, but I kind of tweaked it to my liking. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to see where I shoot my shot, right? So I'm going to get rid of this up and down for now because it like shakes everything. But I'm going to see where I shot my shot. So I shot it right about there. And okay, and now what you want to do is you're going to take a snapshot of this right here. Okay, you can do this one or this one. It just depends on what you like. I'm probably going to do this one. And to take a snapshot, all you got to do is just come over here, click that button. Now we got a snapshot of that. And also I'm going to get a snapshot. I'm going to get a snapshot of this right here. And I'm just going to clip it right here because that's where I know where the snapshot hits. And I'm going to get another snapshot like so. Snapshots, you're going to right click and you're going to go reveal and explore. These are the two right here. I'm just going to drag them onto my desktop. You don't got to do this, but now it's on my desktop. I'm going to want to find it real quick. Okay, so I'm going to do 23 first. You're going to have to right click it and hit edit with paint 3D. Now this is going to pop up and it's not really that complicated. All you go to the top left, magic select. Select this right here, your character. Hit next and it's going to make an outline. So now if you think like it didn't do it correctly, so right about there it has like a little splinter, you can add and remove your cutout. So I'm going to remove that and it's just going to keep on removing until it sees fit. And you can also add stuff, but I think everything looks perfect right here, except for that little foot right there and right there. Okay, so other than that it looks good. And then when you're done, you're just gonna keep that checked and hit done. And you're gonna select her and just drag her down. And then select all of this and delete that. Then you can drag her back up. Ooh, drag her back up. Like so. And now you can save this if you go to menu, save as, image. And right here it's important, you want to change it to transparency so the back is transparent. And you're just going to want to hit save. And then I'm just going to change it to snap 34. Okay, and now you're going to do the same thing with the other one. Okay, so for this one I thought I'll just keep it in because there's actually a lot that don't like fit in. So this is the way how you remove them, and you can add stuff in later as well. I just wanted to show this because I thought some people might get confused on like why their character doesn't look as perfect as mine did in the first one. Okay, so after you got that done, you can just cut out the bottom. You don't really want that. And just copy the steps that we did before. Okay, so now that I got these two masked, I'm going to drag them onto here. And now I'm gonna do the tricky part, which is the keyframing. So first you're gonna want to drag in, first you're gonna want to go right there, so where the first one comes in, and I'm gonna clip it so it's right about there. Drag it back. Perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna make it so basically I'm gonna have the same image right here, so it's like right there, you see it? I'm going to make it like go out of the screen, and then I'm going to make this image right here come into the screen. You'll get it when I do it, and you're going to need two of these. So I'm just going to copy this, paste it on this side, drag it right up top, and I'm going to do with the top one first because I think we'll be able to see that. And go to animation, add a keyframe right here, and then I'm just going to drag it to about there. And then I'm going to change the position. I'm going to make this one go right, so I want it to 500. That's not enough. Yeah, that's fine. I can do a little bit more, 650. Okay, and then I might drag this a little bit this way. And you're going to want to come right onto the keyframe. So you can click this one and do the same thing, which is just change this to -500, 550. That's also a little too much. Okay, yeah, so you're just gonna want to play around until they both go out of the frame. Okay, so now that you got both of them going out of the frame, it's gonna be looking like this. And I'm also gonna add a keyframe right here for both of them. I'm gonna change the opacity. I'm gonna keep the default keyframe, but I'm gonna go into this one and change the opacity to 0. Same with this. You can also change it to 50 or whatever you want, but I think 0 will look clean. And now you got that. And so now we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna make it come back in with the other one. So I'm gonna drag these. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna drag these effects up top, create some room. I'm gonna drag these right about there is where I want them to come back in. Doesn't really matter right now. I'm gonna drag these back a little. Okay, now that I dragged them back, we made room for this one. First of all, copy this. Okay, so now that we made a copy of this, we're gonna go to the clip where it lines up, and I think it lines up right about there, and we're gonna trim both of them to right there, and we're gonna add a keyframe. Keyframe it right there, so it comes back right there, right? And then I'm gonna make my top one come from the right again, so I'm gonna go make the position 500. 550, I believe. No, 650. And your numbers might not be the same as mine because your character might be a little bigger, a little smaller, might not be using the same res as me. But just mess around with it until you get the correct size. And now that you got that, it should be looking like this. And if you think that's a little too fast for your liking, what you can do is you can change the distance to a little closer, like that. And this one, you could also do the same thing, like change this to be about 600. You'll see a little bit of the character, but you can change the opacity to be 0, like that, and then do the same for this one, change it to 0. And you're gonna want to make it so it comes back to 100 right about in the middle somewhere. But I'm gonna see how it looks if I overlap the two. It's like if I overlap that, drag that all the way to the left, I think this will look pretty good. And right about here is where I'm gonna make it the opacity come back to 100. And now this is the effect that we got. I'm gonna make the right one, one that goes to the right, blue, and the one that goes to the left, red. Okay, so the way that I'm gonna do that, I have two ways to do it. First, I'm gonna try the color correction, but if that doesn't work for some characters, then you can do it another way. So first of all, I'm gonna see how warm max looks. Cool, because this is gonna be my red side. So cool gives me a pretty red color, which is good. And I might turn the exposure up a bit, same with the brightness, just mess with these. And the HSL is the main thing that I wanted to see if I could change. Oh yeah, this is perfect. So mine actually does change to dark blue, so that's good for me. And hit OK. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, but I'm gonna change it to red. Go to warm max right there. And for the ones that don't really work out well, what you can do is put in a hue shift like that, and then you can change the color from there. So go to hue shift and I can drag it until I have a red looking. Alright, that looks pretty red to me. And also you should probably turn up the brightness. Go to color, turn up the exposure, brightness. The contrast doesn't really matter. Alright, now that I can actually copy the effect, so if I right click, copy effect, and paste it in, it will do the same type of effect that it did for the previous one. So now you got this thing.
Oh my god.
Okay, so now that the main effect is done, I'm gonna add my up and down back. And now I'm just gonna add in my sound effects. So I'm gonna go to my audio, go to my ring, and I'm gonna drag in my bell because I really like the way like when the two characters like they come in and the bell like hits. I think it looks really clean. Okay, so now that my bell sound effect is there, I'm also gonna put in my swoosh, my fast swoosh. And if you have like a normal swoosh, then you can just make it fast by doing the same thing you do with clips. Hit that and hit fast times 2 or times 4. And I'm basically just gonna clip it so it swooshes when my character comes in. And then another swoosh right there when I actually hit the shot. So this is what it's gonna sound like now.
Oh my god, that's what you do.
Okay, so now for my shockwave, I'm gonna make it so I'm gonna drag this up so I have a little bit of space. Alright, so I'm gonna drag in my shockwave, change the composition to screen. Okay, but now I'm just gonna copy this and paste it over here. And basically I'm going to clip it right about here. And I'm gonna make it so this is a reverse speed, and I'm gonna change it back to just normal like that. Well, you can change it to normal right there, and then when I see how this looks, and that looks pretty clean. I might change this to 2 because I think it's a little too fast. And I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste it right up top so it's like more opacity, so it's like double the opacity. And I'm gonna change this to, I would say, about 75 opacity, so it's not that bright. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this, the shockwave that reverses, under the characters. So this is the final effect. I'm gonna render it real quick. Have a quick look.
A minute. Oh my god, that's what you do. That's what YouTube manage.
Okay, so that was pretty much it for the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to comment other videos that you want to see just like this. And I know this video was a little bit long, but I also had like more stuff to explain because I didn't want a lot of people confusing in the comments like, he didn't explain correctly. But like always, I'll catch you in another video. Peace.